Oh, wow. I am really sorry. Good morning. I thought I had started the live stream. I'm sitting here talking to myself. Wow. Unbelievable. Great job, Rao. Yeah, well, I thought I was doing the live stream and I hit my power play and hit my profit target. I thought I had selected start broadcast and I really apologize. But let me start over. Uh, this broadcast is for educational and demonstration purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. I'm kind of repeating myself. I thought I hit go live. I didn't, and I apologize. I hope everybody had a blessed weekend. And I started out, and I'll do it again, to prevent any unpleasant surprises. Our routine is to look at the Forex factory. It's a very news-driven market. We don't want any unpleasant surprises. The only thing I saw today on the calendar was the election day in Canada, which I don't think is going to have a major impact on this first hour or two of the market open. If today's your first day joining us, I'm going to be showcasing the AI Auto Trader and iBots. These are fully automated strategies that run within the NinjaTrader 8 platform. Once the strategies are enabled, the bots will execute and manage the trades for you. All you do is enable it and let the good times roll. We've been running these bots through the overnight session, and I have what's called my leaderboard. Before I went live, I thought I had went live. I had taken a trade on our power play and got a 250 or 500 that was a 250. Actually was slippage on the exit, and I'll show you the trade in just a moment. We made 250 across 5-6 accounts. But this is my leaderboard. Does that mean that every single one of my bots is profitable? No. These are just the ones that are doing the best in this current session. If I scroll to the bottom, these are my losing bots. These are the ones that I stay away from. So what I do, our methodology here, is to let them run pre-market through the London Open, the Asian Open, and the bots that are on our leaderboard, the ones that are really thriving in this trading environment, are the ones that we put on our trade copier or the ones that we run in our live account. I ran the power play, which is this one right here. If I put it on my PA account, I thought we were live, and I'm really sorry. But I'll put it on my PA account. I'll show you the entry that we took that I thought that we were live, but we weren't. We took a short entry at about 9:33. The market opened, and it kind of broke up, hit that upside resistance, hit the upside resistance, and then broke down below my 50, and we caught a beautiful short entry to the downside. And in one trade, we were done with $230 across all of our Apex accounts. That is our profit goal. That is my personal profit goal. So now what I do on my prop accounts is I turn them off. Once I hit my profit goal, once I hit my loss limit, I'm on the sidelines and I don't risk it any further. Let's take a look at the ES. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I thought I had started it. Ooh, man, we are almost in our profit window again. So we're looking to get go to plus 75. Once price goes to plus 75 on our power play strategy, my stop is going to go to plus 50. And at that point, I've locked in 250 in profits with the potential to make 500. I have a multi-time frame alignment between my 30 range and my 20 Unarenko, which is really a very important condition in order for the entry to be triggered. Congratulations, Rao. Great job. GP, if you hadn't mentioned when is this live stream going to start, I would still be talking to myself. So thank you for typing that. Bam, it's in our profit window. 250 or 500 at this point. One more stiff breeze at our back, and we're right through our profit target here for 500. Bam, 500. So that power play strategy is picking up right where it left off from last week. Last week, that strategy had a monster of a week. The power play strategy on my computer, the power play drone, was up $4,000. If I add in today's session of 428, you could see the power play is up $4,875, and it's right back in. GP, we trade the power play strategy each morning. After that, the way we decide which bot we're going to trade, we let the data dictate that decision. And what I mean by that is we turn our bots and our drones on pre-market. Pre-market. We let them run through the Asian Open, the London Open, and when the New York Stock Exchange rolls around, we have what we call our leaderboard. This is my leaderboard. This is telling me in chronological order which bots have been the most profitable in the current trading environment. Are all of my bots winning? No. If I scroll to the bottom, I have a few that are losing. These are the ones to stay away from. I'd be a fool. I'd be out of my mind. They'd have to examine my head if I picked one of these to trade my live account when I had all of these. Okay? So we let the data dictate our decision on which one to trade live. There you are, Perry. Perry C. God bless you, sir. Perry C. Just like Ron N., a Vietnam veteran. Thank you for your service, Perry. Had a great conversation with Perry. Very excited to have him as a member of our community, our trading family. We just got a burst of volume, I see. Let's go to the E-mini. Let's take a look at our E-mini. Our 1-2 punch here. I've got a call from Australia coming through. Excuse me one moment. Okay, my apologies. Just make sure all my bots are enabled. And we meet, my name again is Rory Powers if it's your first time joining us. And we meet daily right here on YouTube. Um, one of the most important, I think, characteristics that distinguishes right line trading from our competitors is our transparency, right? Um, we're one of the few vendors that trades their bots every morning on a live stream for the world to see. It's an AI, MJ. So Perry, once the bots are enabled, what we do is we set up the bots. They all come in pre-formatted templates. We've really got a community of extremely experienced traders in our as members of our community, along with our staff here at Right Line Trading. We all coordinate, and there's power in numbers, and we get these templates optimized. They're professionally done, and we share them with our community of traders. We have a lot of input from our members that help optimize them, some of them. And right out of the box, you load them up. They come in a SIM account for each one of the bots, and we let them run on your computer. Once the bots are enabled, if I go to my control center under my strategies, there's a box to the far right. So once we set up your workspace, the only thing you would do is click on enable, and that would turn it on, so to speak. Once the bots have been enabled, they execute and manage the trades for you. Within the strategy parameters, we have our daily profit loss limit and our daily profit goal. In this case, it's we once it loses $400, it's going to stop trading. Once it makes $400, it's going to stop trading. So based on your account size and your risk tolerance, we can customize these inputs based on your goals. That's a good question, MJ. Um, it's one and done if we win on the first trade. However, if we lose, we're not one and done because we're only risking $300 if you trade the E-minis. If you're trading the micros, then you're only risking $30. So on the micros, you're risking $30 per contract. On the minis, you're risking 300. So if I take a loser, I'm in the game. I'm still in it. I'm going to go one more shot at it. If I lose two in a row, I'm done. It's not like baseball with this one. Two strikes and I'm out. Two strikes and I'm out. Let's take a look at our open positions and our leaderboard. Now, if you're a prop trader, we have what we call our one-day pass templates. One of our most profitable ones, most successful ones. Here we are again in our profit window on the power play. Power play's up 435. But the ES30 range on the one-day pass, we mentioned it all last week. It scored again. It scored again. The NASDAQ 30 range and the E-mini 30 range, those one-day pass templates are for prop traders. Instead of the long muss and fuss of an evaluation, of being on the seesaw, this one-day pass is a very aggressive strategy, keep in mind, that will pass the evaluations in one trade. And now that's not a sustainable strategy once you get the funded account. Yes. MJ, yes. Yeah, Eckert, then I would go again. I would go again, yes. I would go again. What I was talking about, I'm really embarrassed because I thought that I had started the live stream at 9:15, and I want to personally apologize to everybody that was waiting. Um, in my mind, I had started on time and went through my morning ritual. But what I was saying about the power play, and I'm going to say it again because obviously I wasn't live. We're almost in our profit goal again here. Let's see if we push down just a little further. Bam, it's in. Now we're in our profit window, and now we either make 250 to 5 or 500. And in this case, it was 500, and the power play's up 935. Oh, that's a good question, Perry. You can actually. Interactive Brokers has an API with NinjaTrader. It would require that you subscribe to NinjaTrader's multi-broker license, which is $99 per month. But you absolutely can do that. It just takes a multi-broker license with Ninja. But what I was mentioning pre-market is last week our power play strategy on my computer, and everybody's computer can have different results. But on my computer last week, the power play was up $4,000 trading one contract. Wow, look at the E-mini. Just broke right through the VWAP. About to hit a monster on that ES8U. But it was up $4,000. Back to the power play. Power play was up $4,000 last week. If you add today in, and it's up just under 5,000 after commissions. So you would think if something is working, for the love of God, do not change a thing. And that's always been my motto too. Don't fix it unless it's broken. Okay? This right now is not broken. This is working. However, I met with Ankh over the weekend, and what we were looking at was in our trade management of that 30 range drone. I really wanted to finish trading, but I'll load it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. In the 30 range drone, we have what's called the power play. In the power play bot, in our power play bot, the power play is the one that we trade every morning. Our profit window is 25 ticks, which means once price goes to plus 75, let me show you what I mean. We're about to hit another winner here on this power play strategy. It's getting our profit window. Once it gets in our profit window, like it just did, now it's 250 or 500. 250 or 500 at that point. So that profit window is at 25 ticks, and now our power play is up 1435. Okay? So what I'm getting at is this. If I go to my strategies and I do a new strategy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the AI Auto Trader P under my available strategies, template, load, and I'm just going to load the power play strategy because I want to show you something. In the power play strategy, our profit window is at 25 ticks, right? We just saw it. Once our profit target is 100. So once price goes 75 ticks and we're just 25 ticks from our profit target, we're at plus 75 at that point. My stop is going to automatically swing down and lock in 50 ticks of profit. So I'm either going to make 250 or 500. When you hear me say that, and I know you guys have heard me say 250 or 500, that means that my stop has locked in 50 ticks of profit because my profit target window is 25. Okay, and I'm plus 75 at that point. So I said all of that. My clear pivots is at 60, which gives me, heartburn because sometimes it will take an entry in my profit target in order to get into my profit window. It's below or above support or resistance, and I hate that. I want a clear shot to my profit window. All right. So what I did was when I thought I started the live stream earlier was I made a variation. I didn't make the change because we're up $5,000. That'd be crazy to change it. It's working. But I made a variation where I changed them all to 75 and I ran it in a separate account. And I set this up pre-market and I thought I was explaining it to you. But in reality, I hadn't started the live stream. So I did one with 75 in clear first target value. That means it cannot trigger a trade unless I have 75 ticks of clearance between price and my pivots and volume zones. All right. And what I did was I set it up and it's running in the IBOT NQ600T 500 in an account I'm not using. But I set it up pre-market just to compare it. So if I look at that account, it's up 515 with that looser, with that more conservative entry. It's up 515 compared to where if we put it at 60, it's up 1435. Okay, you see this? So when I have a 60 tick input for my clear first target value, and I don't want to confuse, I'm probably confusing everybody to death. I'm just testing two different variables, and I found that the current setting we have is superior in one day, but we're going to let it run all week, and we're going to see the difference. Okay? Here's our open positions. Perry, I highly, highly recommend possibly putting a few more dollars in your Ninja account because let me tell you why. You're going to have a subscription for the multi-broker license. Plus, you were making things complicated, and I hate to make things complicated. My father always told me, keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. And I've kind of resonates with me. So to prevent running an API through this crazy connection, I would just highly recommend going right through NinjaTrader Brokerage. Let's keep it simple and not have a recurring subscription that we don't need. Yeah, Eckert, I could show you. Thank you. Good thinking, Perry. The easiest way, and I was showing Ankh this, the easiest way to make a 20 Unirenko NASDAQ chart was with the workspace, you have the 30 range, okay? If you want to make a 20 Unirenko chart, the easiest way I know how to do it, and there's several different ways, is to come down to my tab on the bottom left of my chart and right click. And in the menu, I'm going to duplicate it in a new window. If you wanted it in a new tab, and you want a tab just to the right of here for your 20U, you could select duplicate a new tab. So depending on whether you want a tab or a new window, a new chart, you would select either one of these two. And in the new tab or the new window, you're going to get a duplicate of that 30 range. And all you'll need to do is right-click your chart and go to Data Series. In the Data Series, we're going to change the type from range to Unirenko. And the size Unirenko bar that we're running in our strategy that uses a 20U is a 20, 60, 100. And I always want to minimize the amount of resources my computer needs to run. So instead of running it for 3 days, I like to put maybe 250 to 500 bars and click OK. Now, this chart now is on a 20 Unirenko. And I can right click and rename it. And I can name it my NQ20U on my tab. MJ, I'm using affordable indicators, the duplicate account actions. It's not the perfect copier, and I don't think any of them will ever be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. Once in a while, that will happen to me as well. It doesn't happen as often. It's very infrequently, but once in a while, if the market's moving very fast, I will get a loose order that I have to immediately close. But for the most part, it's been working well for me. It's called duplicate account actions with affordable indicators. Replicanto has a good tool that Mark uses with a lot of success. Gotcha, Eckert. Ooh, the Mack truck is in. Let's take a look at the Mack truck. Now this power play strategy is going to trade right to 1030. It's going to keep going. We hit our profit limit. I'm really sorry I didn't start the stream. I feel like a dummy. But we did get a one and done. The trade went as planned. I can speak to GP. I could speak to Apex because I'm familiar with Apex. I know that our members trade these with other firms as well, but I know for a fact that Apex allows bots, and a lot of the other firms have language that they do allow semi-automated systems, strategies. What they mean by semi-automated, they don't want you to set it and step away and not be right in front of it. They want you, all of them obviously want you to be in front of your computer making some decisions. So they consider this a semi-automated strategy. Number one, the reason why is because we have, as the user, the trader, we have access. It's not a black box system. We control the conditions for the entry inside of our strategy parameters. If I go to new strategy, these are all of the conditions for each one of the entries. Now, we give you the answers. We give you pre-formatted templates that have all of the conditions optimized, and we share them as templates for you. But to satisfy the prop firm's requirements, because we have this opened up, providing you the ability to set the conditions for the entries, and once the entries are executed, you also have the ability to manage the trade on your chart. If I go to one of these open positions, or we've been watching this one trade here, when the trade is executed, you have access to your stop and your profit target. Right now that I'm in this trade, I can click on this and I can move my profit target anywhere I want. So you have to read through their fine print, but I can say for sure from firsthand experience that Apex does allow bots. And listen, those questions that you're asking, we've got a community of traders that's deep, and there's power in numbers. My scope isn't as broad and wide as 100 or 200 people. Obviously, they have combined. There's a ton more information that I can provide that's available to you. We have a very active community. Market is getting choppy, and this is the reason why we saw this bot go from up over 1,000 to now it's just up 200. That's why we have our profit goals. It's capital preservation. I'm never looking to make a home run. I look at traders like David Wise. David Wise is a member of our team, and he, over the last 15 years, has an 89% win rate. Well, if you look at his methodology, he's not a home run hitter. He doesn't swing for the fences. He's happy with a single. And that's why I always refer to him as the Pete Rose of options trading. Not the Aaron Judge or the, Reggie Jackson, who strike out a lot. But he is the Pete Rose because he's always moving the ball. He's always moving the post. The goal line is he's always scoring points. He keeps scoring points. Nice, Ronald. Yeah, the bot is time optimized. The drone will trade through the whole, whatever your trading hours are, will trade nonstop. The bot will only trade the time that it's profitable, and it adjusts your profit target and stop based on the range of the market. Now we're in a very choppy, ranging market. We're in this narrow channel that could chop you to pieces. So the bot is going to move its profit target in. If you're trading a live account and you see all of this resistance above your price and your profit target up here, well, you need help from the good Lord Almighty to get you through that. That's like a brick wall. You'd be better off if you move your profit target right into, right below where support is. Give yourself a break. You're not going to hit any home runs, but right now the trading environment, you have to take what it'll give you. And it's just not giving you the home runs right now. Now, if we get a break of this upside, see, this is what scares me of that 60 input. But let's see if we can break through to the upside. Good morning, Walter. It's a good question. Let me check. Oh, wow. Great question, Walter. Just hit me why you said that, because in this ranging, choppy market, we should be, if I have my velocity filter, it should be preventing these entries. That's actually a great question. Let's take a look. As soon as this position closes, I'll take a look. I thought I had re-enabled it, but there's a chance that I forgot to re-enable it. Rao keeps his active. Boy, we're in a tight channel here on the NASDAQ. Come on, let's go. Push through the upside there. Push through that support. We do. We give an in-depth explanation on how to use these bots. We have a ton of resources on how to use these bots. Every Wednesday, Charles does a live training and onboarding inside of our Discord. All of those onboarding sessions are recorded. We have a lot of tutorials, Masterclass Module 1 and 2, and ongoing tutorials. It is enabled. The price velocity filter is enabled. You'd think it would have filtered out some of those entries, but it is enabled, Walter. Let me show you in our Discord chat, GP. Ooh, the 600 tick NASDAQ had a huge week last week. Let's see that IBOT 600 tick. IBOT 600 tick. Here it is. The IBOT 600 tick is in long. Boy, this strategy here last week just absolutely crushed it. Now the iBots are the bots that are streaming data from the stock market via kinetic data feed, and it's looking for imbalances between buyers and sellers. I refer to the iBots as having the fastest trigger in automation. Gets you in these moves lightning fast and trades in the direction of institutional money. The market internals are a leading indicator that precedes price. Oh, let me answer that question, GP. In our Discord chat, check this out. We have our training videos. We have our weekly live training recordings. Our training videos, where we have all of the onboarding sessions that are recorded. We have Masterclass 1 and 2. And some of our members prefer it to be in writing. We have a plethora of videos. Here's the Masterclass Module 1 and 2, but these are all videos. And then we have a user guide that will blow your mind. Professionally done, Mr. Higgins, thank you. That goes through from the day you place your order, has a table of contents of how to run this system start to finish. And it's illustrated professionally. So, I mean, talk about a beautiful user's manual. So we do provide you with training videos, a user's manual. We trade the system with you each morning here on YouTube Live. We post our daily results. We post every day. We post our daily results. And it significantly shortens the learning curve. We provide ongoing support. You have questions, I'm going to give you my calendar. Charles is going to share his calendar with you if you need tech support. Hey, Nicholas. We do. All of the bots, we do have a micro version. In fact, Charles just shared with me all of the templates and JSON files so we can install it in the flash of an eye, the blink of an eye. Let's take a look at our leaderboard. See what positions we're in. We're in a VW trade long on the E-mini. There goes our VW. iBot ES4, the iBot 4U is in long. This MES funded account template has been doing really well. It's up. It's in a trade that's up $50 now. Oh wow! Look at this. Everything just took off long. Look at these open positions. Here we go. Picked up an imbalance of buyers, and our whole portfolio picked up on it, jumped in long. I bought 16U. Our 24U's up $1,000. I'm looking for the 16U. Here it is. I bought 16U is in long. It's out. It's down 380 today. NQ30 range is up 1960. Wow. I bought NQ30 range. So the one GP, I'm reading your question. The one bot which you are using now on ES and NQ is the power play. No, the power play is the one that trades on a 30 range. Right now we're looking at the iBot NQ 30 range, but earlier we were focusing on the power play. The power play is our strategy that we use when 2 minutes after the market opens, from 9:32 to between 9:32 and 10. It's designed to just take one trade. And I'm really sorry. It's my fault for causing this confusion. I thought I had started. I thought I had started the live stream. Okay, and I stepped on a banana peel. Is what happened. I didn't start it, and I thought I did. But the power play strategy, and I explained it, talking to myself. The power play strategy is we look to take one trade just a few minutes after the market opens. It runs on the NASDAQ, the 30 range NASDAQ. And we look to take one trade. We get it in our profit window, which it did. And we make either 250 or 500. And we copy it across our Apex accounts. I copy it across all my Apex accounts. Um, Really, the genesis of this idea was really from our members. You see, I answer the phones here at Right Line Trading, and I love talking to traders because you guys have great ideas. So I feel like I have, get an edge listening to all of your experience. So from talking to you on the phones, you all say the same thing. You say when I answer the phones here, prop traders all have the same goal. They have multiple accounts and they only want to make a few $100s. They're not looking to break the bank. I can't tell you how many people I've spoken to that say, Rory, all I want is 100 or 200 bucks a day. I'll copy it across 5 accounts, 10 accounts, 20 accounts, but I'm not looking to break the bank. I just want to make $100 consistently or 200 consistently. Well, it got me thinking, well, that makes a lot of sense, and it seems easy to just extract 100 or 200 bucks out of the market. So that was the birth of the power play. So over the course from January 15th to today, what we've been doing is letting it take a trade just a few minutes after the market opens. And if it gets in my profit window, and I make either 250 or 500, which it turns out it's close to 80% of the time at that time of the day. Let me show you what it's done. It's really quite an accomplishment. And this is what the prop firms are betting that you can't do. Okay, because every prop firm that I'm aware of, Blue Sky I'm not aware of, but they all have what we call a consistency rule, right? Consistency. That's where they're betting that you're going to lose. If we go to my PA accounts and I put this on a weekly, it shows you in this equity curve that over the course of the last 3.5 months that we've had 1 week that we had a negative week. We lost $900 times 3 accounts. So for that 1 week, you'll see it right here, we lost $2,700. Every other week in the last 3.5 months has been a plus, a positive. The way we're able to do that, the way I was able to do that, was being extremely disciplined on my risk management, on my capital preservation. What I mean by that is once I make either that 250 or 500, I turn it off and I stop trading. I stop trading at that point. I'm done for the day, just like today. So these prop firms that have those consistency rules, this is a way that I've been able to beat, to conform to those requirements, which is really gives them the advantage over 95% of traders who have a problem with consistency. So if we can win 4 out of 5 days of the week, and we may not be hitting home runs, we might just be hitting singles and base hits. But what happens is over the course of 2 or 3 or 4 months, that little bitty bit of profit that we do on a daily basis starts adding up to a very significant amount of money. If you look, if we regenerate this and we look where we're at now, it's going to be just under $28,000. And that's most importantly is automatically we're conforming to the rules that the prop firms mandate that we follow. $27,724. So that's the explanation of the power play, and we practice it every morning. Some people don't like to trade the NASDAQ. Me, I'm not dogmatic about which instrument I trade. I trade the one that makes money, period. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense to me. Some people don't like the NASDAQ because of the whipsaw, and they prefer to trade the E-mini. The good news is we have some bots on the E-mini that crush it as well. Can I have a systems when it gets to green winning to close all trades? Yeah, you can absolutely. I've seen people do that, Nicholas. What you could do is you can stay on your positions tab, and when you see them all green, you right click and you flatten everything. The only way the system knows to get out of the trades when you're green is what I had showed earlier. If we go to that new strategy, what I can do is I can put my session profit limit at 400 and check this little box that says close at profit or loss limit. So the second this strategy, or this is per account, I can do it per strategy too. So the second this particular strategy goes up 400, it's going to instantly close the position and take that money to the bank, and vice versa on the losing side. So that absolutely can be accomplished. We all, Mike, we all share one Discord now. All of our, we found that, the more the merrier is what we found in Discord. We have a community that really ranges through the whole spectrum of experience levels. And it really supports our newbies, our more experienced traders, having everybody in one venue. There's power in numbers. So, Mike, you're more than welcome. If you're with the Money Flow or the Revo, you're more than welcome to come on in. If you're a member of Right Line Trading, we consider you part of our trading family, and you are absolutely more than welcome. No, I don't mind, GP. That's really what I'm here for, actually. I really appreciate you asking these questions, so I wanted to thank you. What is the bot that is currently running? Great question. And I'm glad you mentioned it. The way this works is we have something unique. Normally, any other vendor that I'm familiar with that you pin your strategy right to your chart. That's not how it works here. The way it works on our bots is under your strategies tab of your control center, we have a tool that builds all of the strategies under here. So once you see that you're in an open position, this one happens to be on the 1 minute IBOT. So now in my chart trader, in order to see that position, I would have to put my IBOT 1 minute in my chart trader. So I can see any NASDAQ bot that's running just by changing my account to match the one that's running in the bot. So when you ask me, are you running the power play? You're only watching the power play on this NASDAQ chart when my account says power play. That's a really great question. I'm glad you asked that. Because a lot of our members, they ask me, hey, how can I see the trade on my chart? The way you can see the trade on your chart is you look at your open positions and you see my 30 range ABC smart velocity drone is in a trade. So if I put that, now it's out. Let me go to an ES because they stay in longer. But here's the iBot NQ16U. So if I go to my chart trader, I go to my iBots and I put in my 16U, and boom, now you see it on your chart. So the one you're watching on the chart is the one that you see the account name. See, we establish a separate SIM account for each one of the bots and drones so we can track their historical performance. So this, to answer your question, GP, is the bot that you're watching run, is the one that's the name in the account on my chart trader. Rao, great job. Man, Rao, that's amazing. Rao's one of our most consistent traders. He loves to trade gold, and he's a master at it. There's no doubt. That gold scalper is one of his favorite bots. Speaking of gold, let's take a look. So I can duplicate a new window, and I can put gold very quick and easy on an 8 Unorenco, just like that. And boom. Now I see why Rao scored $3,500 on gold. Look at that move up with the uncertainty, perhaps because of the election. But gold is up 33, almost $3,400 an ounce. Unbelievable. Let me restart my gold drone bots and drones. On geopolitical events or elections, gold always is very volatile. So gold is headed to the moon. Yeah, you're going to have to email me, Mike. It's for members only, yeah. Normally, when the way it works is when you place your order, the system will automatically put you in Discord. Everything is done automatically through our website. All right, well, I've kind of gone over. I don't want to over stay my welcome. We've got professional options trader David Wise coming up right behind me. I want to apologize again for my mistake of not starting the live stream. I'm really sorry. But today's session, it was definitely a profitable one for a number of our strategies. Our NQ20U continues to do extremely well. The Mack truck and the drone both scored $2,000. Our one-day pass on the ES continues to be red hot. Let's just take a look at that. Let's just go back to this month. And let's look at the last few weeks of the ES30 range one-day pass. All right, MJ. The ES30 range one-day pass. It has a 54% profitable rate. It's got $20,000 in winners. So what we look at on this one-day pass is the success rate. I answer the phones here, so I really undervalue the one-day passes when I discuss them. They actually, in reality, perform better than what I say. I always say it's 1 out of 3. Statistically, we feel comfortable telling you that if you trade 3 one-day pass trades, that 1 out of 3 will win. This one, however, was a little better than 1 out of 2 the last couple of weeks. So that's been the red hot one-day pass. The iBots continue to do extremely well, the 30 range especially. The ES on the 4 Unorenco, over 1,200 each one of them. The ES30 Star, Robert, 1,285 and counting, back in. The ES8U Scalper, one of our most successful bots on the ES is that 8U, does extremely well. The Power Play bot, somebody had mentioned my Power Play bot did well. Mine too. My Power Play bot got very similar results as you. 20U Sniper, that 600 tick on the iBot last week on my computer made over $7,000. Today it's up 500. The 24U 400 Mack truck bot and drone, a nominal gain. And the NQ Smart Stop 2, all of these Apex accounts, the PA accounts, I hit the Power Play trade today. It went into my profit window. It was a 250 or 500. I wound up with 250 with a little slippage on the exit, but it was across 6 accounts. And I'm looking to add 3 more PA accounts. I feel really good about it. 3 much smaller accounts that I can do fairly quickly. And our ES30 range, MES, PA account is up $123. That's trading 2 micros. Very small risk on that bot. Very small risk. If you're trading a small account, that micro is for you, that MES. And our SimVW is slowly working its way up the leaderboard. Let me take a look, Ronald. Let's go to the VW real quick. Got a really fun strategy on the 30 range on this. See, I always like to move my profit target just a little. We'll just put it there. Here's the iBot. Okay, let's close out on this trade. Coming up right behind me is Mr. David Wise, professional options trader, trading the SPY Super System. He's just a listen. This guy's a wealth of information and knowledge. Regardless of what instrument you trade, if it's Forex, futures, stocks, options, David will, let me tell you, keep your head in the right place. I assure you that. Of course. Good GP, you can use any bot you want. Of course. Whichever one suits you. Rao loves to trade gold. Okay, this is the last trade of the day. If you would, please like my video here on YouTube. It gives us some traction. Get some new eyes on our products and services. Let's see if we can push through resistance here. Come back and join me tomorrow. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Started the week out right how we wanted to. We're one for one. We look to make just a little bitty. 5 days a week. Okay, we got stopped out on the iBot 16U. Okay, Rao, have a blessed rest of your day, sir. Big day on the leaderboard. This is how we wound up. Hey, Perry. Yeah, I was hoping to talk to you. Let me see. I think I saved your number yesterday. When's a good time to give you a call? Yeah, it was going to be me. Yes, I do have your number. Just let me know when's a good time to call, and I'll call you then. Anytime before noon Central. That's 1 o'clock my time. Okay, yeah, I'll call you way before then. I'll call you right at 11 Eastern. Give me 10 minutes. I just want to get a drink and use the restroom. Okay, great. All right, everybody. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Come back and join me tomorrow. And I promise I'll start that stream. Oh, what a bonehead I am. If GP, thank you again. If you didn't say, when is this thing going to start, I would still be over here talking to myself. All right, everybody, I'm going to end the broadcast. This trade here we're right at the VWAP. That yellow dotted line is our VWAP.